Barak, Yahweh, Allah, Shalom, righteous family. Welcome back to TRU-TALK. And y'all done heard this verse before. Come out of her, my people. Let you share in her sins, unless you receive of her plagues. Now this video is not for everybody, because I don't believe everybody is able spiritually, mentally, to come out of her as deep as the Father put on my heart to speak about. Yes, the spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. And I want us to examine ourselves, because what is coming out of her? A lot of us, okay, we left Christianity, we left religion, we left the church institution as it's known. Is that it? Is that all when it comes to coming out of her? What does it really mean to come out of her? And what is her? Yeah, let's look at her. We know her is not just the church, not just the religion system, but this whole Babylonian system. How this whole world is set up. It's just written, the hand is the world is given into the hands of the wicked, and they running it amok right now. We see the air polluted, the soil is polluted. We can barely grow anything. You can see how these countries got their system set up where they bully other countries and take advantage of certain people. And basically they just oppress. And it's a world full of murder, a world full of lust, Solomon Grenada. I'm just waiting till it get that bad where you gotta watch what neighborhood you move in, because the neighbor's gonna come over there and have every right to have their way with you because of so-called gay rights. But they can take a child and do ungodly things, even though they're already doing it. I wonder when it's gonna become so normal. Because a lot of things we are sensitized to. But nevertheless, when I look at this world as a whole, and when you talk to certain people that say they believe and say they came out, there's still strongholds that's on not only them, but me also. When I talk to y'all, I'm talking to me also. Matter of fact, I'm talking to me first. And everything that I bring to the table is something that I'm working on in my life, or the Father is doing for me and teaching me and showing me to become better at. So just to let y'all know, I'm not coming here as holier than thou. But when I make statements to certain people that are supposed to be in this truth, they still are connected with gang banging. They hadn't came out of her yet. They still much a part of her. And they don't get me and I don't get them. Like, ain't no another man gonna tell me what to do with my life. If I made a decision to pick up the flag, if I decide to put it down and live a righteous life, there's no man in heaven or hell can't tell me I can't change my life for the better. and I'm gonna have to stick to this or that. Now I mean what Christ said. It said, full well you reject the commandments of Yah, but hold on to the traditions of men's as they commandments. This whole game bang ain't nothing but some tradition that man made. But I found out it's a stronghold to a lot of our brothers that still in this truth. It's still much embedded in their heart, in their soul, and their behavior. Hmm. And it gave me a different understanding of when the Most High told us to come out of her, my people, lest you share in her sins, unless you will see her plagues. Because a lot of this stuff we know by the shadow of doubt that it's of Hasatan, that it's devilish. No matter how much we try to paint it good, how much good how much good it got in it. We know a lot of these things are of Satan. But because we were brought up since our youth to be in these things, to be affiliated, to be around, it becomes a stronghold. And we still has not came out of her. There's people that's still working to get a big mansion and a Benz that's supposed to be in this truth. Now, if I'm saying just live on the street and be homeless, of course not. If I'm saying don't work, of course not. But what are you working for? Are you working to maintain a healthy lifestyle that you can afford to be able to feed yourself and your family? Or are you living above your means? Because if we all look at ourselves, we can all say, wait a minute, I'm living a little bit above my means. I don't really need this big of a house. I can downsize a little bit. I don't really need this type of car. I can get a cheaper car. No wonder I got to put in more hours. No wonder I got to work harder. It's written wherever your treasure's at, so is your heart. You're supposed to be setting treasures up for heaven, but we got a lot of treasures down here. What type of car you like? What type of house you want to buy? Sis, bruh, talk to me. Have you came out of her yet? You know, I often talk about Job, how Job was the man that stayed in the woods and he had a camel skin on him and he ate locusts and wild honey. And the Most High used him in a mighty way that even our king said that there's no greater prophet that came out of woman than John. You think John was worried about the cares of that world that time? But don't get me wrong, I'm not saying you gotta be like John, that you gotta just go around living in the woods. But I'm saying just examine yourself. A lot of things that we are attached to, a lot of things we still hold on to, we are still very much a part of her and in her. You know, we supposed to be, this is supposed to be, not supposed to be, this is just a Passover. We just passing over. That's what Hebrew mean, passing over. We just passing over to get to the promised land, which is the kingdom. And when we get to the kingdom, we have everything we need there. The Most High said he prepared, not the Most High, but Christ said it. But as Christ said, I say nothing without my Father commandment. So Christ said it because the Most High told him to say it. But Christ said, I go and I prepare a mansion for you. I go and prepare a place. And this place will have many mansions. That's where your mansion's at. We talking about streets of gold, diamonds on the gate, have not things that has not entered the heart. I can just imagine floating through different realms, having different experience. You know how they create this AI where you can go in these different dominions and feel it. I can just imagine. You know, I had a dream, and I believe it was part of the kingdom where it was a city that I call it the Blue City. It was just lit up in this bright, wonderful blue. And I had this big mansion looking out over this big blue city. And then it switched where I had another dream where I was on top of the mountaintop and I almost had like I had wings, like I flew on this big mountaintop and I was by myself in the middle of nowhere on this mountaintop in the clouds. It was just big, peaceful feeling and seeing, and it felt like I had been here for eternity. Like I had lived for eternity and I had eternity and forevermore to go, if that makes sense. Like I wasn't going, like I had lived forever and I wasn't going to die. But I can just imagine the things he have in store for us. He hadn't even entered our heart. But nevertheless, we worry about this world too much. We worry about attaining things in this world too much, as if this is our kingdom, as this is our life's last stop. I'm so tired of hearing so-called rich celebrity and famous people talking about leaving their legacy. Their legacy. What you gonna leave your legacy? Building a legacy. Everything gonna be tore down. You ain't gonna have no legacy. Ain't nobody gonna remember you or those millions you got. This world and those of this world that hadn't repented and served the Most High, His Son, is done for. And that's just real. Even though they ain't got the grips of it, they don't understand it yet. They still think it's a game. Oh yeah, they soon to know. And the beauty of it is watching it all play out. The beauty of it is watching our Father have patience with us all while steady warning the world and preparing, and prophecy steady coming to pass. Prophecy already came to pass and steady coming to pass. So it's up to us, family, that what we choose to let go and hang on to, what we choose to be attached to. Because in this world, it may be a certain type of car, clothes, mansion, house that you're working hard for. You might want to be an actor. You want to be a movie star, even though over and over and over, the same people that made it in this industry told you how demonic this industry is. Told you how they take advantage of people with the 360 deals. Told you how they uh want you to sing about killing your own people and all that. Told you how they sold their soul and how demonic it is. But you still want to be a part of that. Now, that's a whole different thing if you be independent and you do it for the love of it to make good music. And while you making good music, you can make some money off of it. Ain't nothing wrong with that. And if the Most High bless you to become prosperous and become famous and rich, do what's right by him. But a lot of times when people do what's right, yet get money, they start compromising. That's when the knots come. That's when the emails come. That's when the calls come. That's when the deals come. Back then they didn't want me. Now I'm hot. They all on me. Are you strong enough to not compromise and give in? Because one thing about COVID-19, it shows a lot of people's strength. A lot of people talking about, oh, when that mark of the beast come, hey, it's gonna be a lot of people turning, I'm gonna be willing to do this, where it's gonna be those same people. They didn't have to worry about going hungry. They were just threatened with the idea of not having a job, threatened with the idea of losing their livelihood or going homeless and not being able to take care of themselves. And man, they fold quicker than a $1 bill. They fold quick, didn't they? You had some that just was out of fear, that just was like, oh, we gonna die, we gotta take these shots, and they just put their whole trust in man and the government. And then you had the ones that was like, man, I don't know about it, but they offer money, so yeah, I'm gonna take the money. And then you got those that stand a little firm and was like, I don't want the money, I don't care what's in it, I'm not taking it. And as soon as they was like, well, if you don't take it, you can't stay here. Or if you don't take it, you can't work here. And they thought about it and they were like, oh God, please forgive me. And they took it. Now, I don't believe that was the mark of the beast personally, but if that was, don't you know the scripture said once you take that, ain't no coming back. You guaranteed to go to the lake. You guaranteed to go to torment. And just off the fact that if it just had a 3% of being the mark of the beast, just for that, I wouldn't take it. I was like, I don't really think it's a mark of the beast, but it got like a 3% of being a mark of the beast, so I'm not taking the chance. But that shows just how strong people are. Or should I say how weak people are, however you want to look at it. Because they too invested in this world. When you so much invested in this world, when you worry about leaving a legacy, you worry about having the house on the hill, you worry about pleasing man, what man think of you, about the car that you drive, you worry about these things, these celebrities, still caught up in these holidays, still caught up in these worldly events. Well, I know doing we had different people back in the biblical days that dealt with the government, but those people dealt with the government because they was put in a position where they was able to influence the government. And the most of the people, they use their power for their people, for their community. Most of us ain't got a dog in this fight, but we try to sway people one side or the other. I don't care who win, because at the end of the day, it's the Most High that's doing the bidding. No, I don't believe my vote count. I don't never believe my vote count. If the Most High meant for Trump to win, everybody can vote for what's her name, uh, Camilla. But the Most High somehow, some way, gonna have Donald Trump to have more votes. If it's meant for Kamala to win, even though everybody vote for Donald Trump, when they count them votes, it's going to show Kamala won because it's in the Most High hand. So no, I ain't got time to talk about these politicians. Just little strongholds that have we came out of her yet. You know, the scripture says, live in this world. You know, we gotta go by our business. But it said, don't be a part of this world. Don't fellowship with this world. Don't love this world. It's sad to say, but I see a lot of people that love this world. They love football, the basketball, the Olympics. So many Negroes happy seeing for the Olympics. These Negroes so programmed, they can't even see it's Hebrews competing against Hebrews. Oh, Jamaican against America. You got the FBA Negroes talking about, yeah, we got those Jamaicans. We won for our country. All you got is Hebrews competing against Hebrews. But nevertheless, are y'all not entertained? Am I not entertained? They give us enough to be entertained with. The movies, the drama, YouTube. You know, I know it's a thing. And it's been a while that I noticed it. And I didn't say nothing about it, but it's just so obvious. Every interview, they saying something negative. Oh, so-and-so did this to so-and-so. And it might not even really be that. But they just gonna put a negative twist on it to make like somebody beefing with somebody or somebody said something bad about somebody just to draw your attention in. And then there's certain interviews, viewers, that they ask their questions to be controversial, to try to start something and stir stuff up. Because it's all about them views, that number. They really don't care about the people. Their hearts don't wax closed. So, yeah, family, just want to come on here to say, you know, don't get attached to this world. Don't live for the things in this world, all these material things. Truly come out of her. Let these strongholds go. These man-made traditions go. Even though we was brought up, that's why the scripture says daily we gotta renew our mind. Because there's some strongholds that we gotta break free. Me, I had to break free from the street culture and the gang culture. That was one of the hardest things to me. One of the hardest thing was to be against snitching. That was the last stronghold I had to let go because that was so, in my book, honorable. That was the one thing you don't do with snitch. Now I see how wicked it is. And I'm not ashamed to speak against it. First, I was in my feeling, what they gonna think. Oh, they gonna say this about it. You know, the whole what they gonna think, peer pressure, worry about what man gonna think. And I had to realize who I was as a man in the Most High and said, I can't worry about what these wicked people think of me. I just gotta do what's right. We are called to be set apart. We are called to be different. The Most High can't use us if we still a part of this world, if we still holding on to things, if things still attached to us of this world where when we have to come face to face, that it become a compromise. Even though there shouldn't be no compromise when it comes to the Father, His laws, statutes, and commandments. You're going to try to make an excuse. It amazed me the things that people do and say, try to make an excuse. It was this post, and it seemed like an obvious answer, but the dude said, a Hebrew dude, said, how long should a man have to wait until sex? Like, what? Till you get married? What you mean? So I just wrote, until you get married. You know how many brothers came at me? So what if y'all get together and you find out she can't have kids? What you gonna do then? I said, I ain't gonna do nothing. It's in the Most High hands. He's the one that opened the room and closed the room. He gave Abraham a child and children in his old age. What are you talking about? Like, people has not really come out of her and has not really separated from their sins. I don't get it. I don't know what's wrong with it. They really don't fear the Most High. Do they think it's a game? Do they think because they Hebrew they get a pass? But this is why when Solomon Gomorrah was destroyed, people look over this. It was a family saved, and even the wife didn't make it out. It was a man and his two daughters. When the flood came, it was a man, his wife, his three sons, and their wives. The whole world was destroyed, but only this one family. How much does few mean? How much does a remnant mean? Sometimes I think in our head, we thinking a multitude. Because in Revelation, it talk about a great multitude. But that great multitude appeared to when this world began it and when this world end, it's only gonna be a few, family. It's only gonna be a few. I don't know the number, but it's only gonna be a few. It's only gonna be a remnant. It's not gonna be that many because many people are still attached to this world and hadn't came out of her. And you think the Most High is gonna let us in the kingdom with that junk in our hearts, with that poison on our mind? That's why we're supposed to be doing the work here. Oh, but we too busy working hard to get that car, to get that house, to buy these chains. You know, I got a little fresh now. See, because I'm God-fearing, don't mean I ain't got a little fresh. And, you know, I got to splurge a little bit. You know, because I'm God-fearing don't mean I can't have fun and money. Nah, but you're going to work them overtimes and you're going to not have time for the Most High. And you're going to have to pay those bills and those bills and those bills and those unnecessary bills that you made for yourself. How many of y'all willing to downsize y'all houses and cars and to stop buying clothes and jewelry for a minute and really take care of the poor and really live a humble life where you can have enough money where you can truly go on vacation and it don't hurt? Where you can just be at peace because you ain't stressing about nothing. Christ said the kingdom is in us. You got to find that peace in this lifetime where you don't want for nothing and not seeking for nothing, because everything the Father has already given you, just like it's going to be in the kingdom. So have you really came out of her? And can you come out of her a little bit more? And how much more can you come out of her? How much can you sacrifice? How much can you downsize? How much can you let go of the world? How much can you dedicate to the Most High even more? I'm talking to myself, family. And as always, let Yah be true and every man be a lie. Until next time, Shalom.